From Copenhagen, we cover the Nordic and Baltic countries. We focus primarily on two things. That is Scottish companies interested in exporting to the Nordic countries and Baltic countries, as well as Nordic and Baltic companies interested in investing in Scotland. Scandinavia is an a particularly appealing area due to for several reasons. For one, it's the geographically closest area to Scotland, so the logistics of exporting to Scandinavia are very easy. There's great links between Scotland and Scandinavia in terms of, for example, air routes and freight routes between the two regions. There's also a great history of cultural connections between the two regions. The UK is one of the biggest export and import partners for all the Nordic and Baltic countries. To give an example, the UK is about the fourth biggest export partner for Sweden, as well as Denmark and Norway. There's also great ease of working in Scandinavia. We see a lot of companies who want to use Scandinavia as their first export markets. This is often due to the fact that we have very transparent and clear markets. You know what you're getting into in Scandinavia, very much so, I would say. And also it's very easy from a personal point of view. English is widely spoken. English is very much the language of business. So you don't need to know Danish or Swedish or Norwegian or whatever it might be in order to work in the region. The key sectors would depend a little bit on each country. What we see generally in the Scandinavian countries is great emphasis on green technology. So to give an example, you'll see great companies coming from Denmark like Siemens Wind Power and Vestas, big in wind turbines. Equally in Norway, you'll see a great emphasis on renewable energy. To give an example, all electricity produced in Norway comes from hydropower. Equally in Sweden, you see great emphasis now on tidal energy. That's big and growing in Sweden. So green energy is very much a focus. In Denmark and Sweden, we see a lot of work in life sciences. We have, for example, in the Øresund region, that's between Copenhagen and South Sweden and Malmö, we have the Medicon Valley region, and that is the home to around 1,000 life science companies, big and small, including big names like Novo Nordisk, Novozymes, and Lundbeck and Ferring. Food and drink is of great interest to Scandinavia. Scottish products, or British products in general, but Scottish products particularly, I would say, are very well respected in the region. You see a great interest in whisky, salmon. Salmon is still very interesting despite the strength of the Norwegian salmon industry. Scottish salmon is still very well respected. People are always interested to hear more about Scotland, and Scotland is well known, not just not just in a professional point of view, but also a personal point of view. Scandinavians love to come here on holiday. Scandinavians are very familiar with the culture, and people feel a very great connection between the regions and Scotland. We see a growing interest now in Scandinavia for example, craft beer, gin, even Scottish rum now in the region. And besides that too, there's also, and as I mentioned, there's the tourism. So we're seeing now great interest we see growing tourism between Scotland and Scandinavia. So some of the support available from SDI would include, for example, market reports. So if we can offer what we call an overseas market support, that is a free service we offer. So to give an example of how that might work, you may have a certain product that you, for example, you want to sell your whiskey. You produce whiskey in Scotland, and you're interested in you're selling your whiskey in Scandinavia. You can contact us, and we will do free market research for you. We can tell you about the opportunities for your products in the local market. We can do it across the Nordic and Baltics, or we can do it concentrated on one market. So we can tell you about how to find a distributor, how to sell, what the rules are, for example, regarding labeling or packaging, or the reselling or recycling of bottles. So we can do that for you. We can help organise market visits. So if you're interested in coming to Scandinavia and meeting local contacts, local distributors, etc., or local sellers, we can help organise that for you. And we're also available in Scotland. We come over to Scotland very regularly, so we can help you give practical advice on how to get to Scandinavia and how to work in Scandinavia. So that might be the simple answers like how you get there, or it could be how the tax regime works in Sweden, or how you bottle your products in Norway, or how you hire staff in Denmark. We offer great practical services to Scottish companies who have any interest in Nordic markets at all.